Hello, sir. I would really love to buy this car that you got right here. This one looks really good. I'll go to a different one then. I would really like to buy this car right here. Can I drive it, sir? Dang, nice car, man. How much? What's that? You don't have a car right now and you want one? What? No, you can't do that. No, how dare you want freedom? No, you want a car? I'm sorry, that's gonna cost you $40,000. How dare you want freedom of your own? You want your own car? You wanna move out of your parents' house? You want your own place? No, because the economy now is bad. When it's our turn to be an adult, it decides to go into the toilet. Now, I know that cars have always been expensive. They've always been. This is nothing new, but now it's gone to a point to where it's kind of just dumb. Now, it was way worse back in 2020 and 2021 because of, like, you know, the electronic shortage, the chip shortage, how a bunch of computer parts just like skyrocketed in price. It's a lot better now, but it's still like, you can still get a hint of like some of the prices that were back in 2021 for cars, like 2021, 2022. You can still see that in the car market today. Like, some people just didn't get the memo of, yeah, we can't charge $40,000 for a Honda Civic anymore. Now, I already know what everyone's gonna say. Oh, this kid's complaining because he doesn't have a car, he can't drive. No, it's actually not true. I'm actually on my second car now. Reason being, my old car, I've put it in like 2 other videos before, but I know that no one remembers it. So my first car was a 2009 Nissan Versa hatchback, nice little blue Nissan. Now, you see, my Nissan worked just fine. It worked fine and dandy. It did everything that it needed to, but however, it started having some issues. A lot of issues, actually. So the state I live in the state of Florida, it tends to get very hot over the summers over here. You know, just geographically, we're very close to the center of the planet, or just the middle of Earth. You know, the equator. Over the summers, it is an absolute nightmare to live here, especially when you're driving a car. Like, I would leave work, go into my car, I would open the door, and it was like a heat wave would just assault me right then and there. Like, this is especially worse with like darker colored cars, because naturally with that color, they just trap heat a lot more and a lot more efficiently. So it just effectively turns your car into a sauna over the summer. It's even worse if you got leather seats. Oh my gosh, black car, black leather seats, like, forget it. Your butt is on fire. It's burning. You better not be wearing shorts that day. I didn't really tell anyone this, but I got a new car. That's right, I have a brand new car. Well, it's not brand new, it's new to me. I have, instead of a 2009 Versa, now I got a 2017 Lancer. It's like a world of a difference. I can go into so much detail as to why I bought a new car, and no, some people are gonna jump to conclusions. Oh my gosh, he started getting money on YouTube and bought a new car. No, that's not what it is at all. I genuinely need a new car because my old Nissan was falling apart. Oh my goodness. So no, it actually wasn't from YouTube that I bought this new car from. I bought it cash. Bought it cash, paid in full. I have no monthly payments for my car. I got really lucky with finding my car because it doesn't really have any mechanical issues. It drives just fine. But that's the thing. I had a pretty big budget for this car. At least I would like to think. When I used to work full-time, I was stacking up money so that I can buy like a Volkswagen GTI because I've always wanted one. But then as I was doing that for months and months and months, when I gathered up like a few $1,000s, I realized that would have been really dumb because I already had a car that worked perfectly fine at that time and did everything that I needed it to do. And buying a new car would only raise my insurance rates because I'm still so young, along with possibly spending more money on gas anyways. So I would be saving up all this money just to end up spending more money in the end just to own this new car rather than just sticking with what I had at the time. I stocked up like 10 grand, like $10,000. I was like, okay, let me buy a new car with $10,000. Now, you see, back in the day, if you were to have like a $10,000 budget in like 2012, 2015, up to like 2018, that's it. Like, you got a sweet ride. You got a nice car. You can pretty much go to the dealer and buy a new car at that point. But now, that's not the case. No, that's not really the case anymore. Sure, you can get like a really garbage car. You can get like a not that great of a car from like a secondhand dealer, but obviously you don't want that. If you're paying $10,000 for something, you're gonna want something good. So back in the day, how is it that you can get like a Toyota, you know, a really nice, reliable car? You can get a pretty snazzy car for 10 grand. So why is it now when you try to get a car, or you try to get any car for like $5,000 to $10,000, even like $15,000, it's not a great car, or it's a car that has a lot of issues with it? Why is that? Why? I don't understand why all of a sudden it's like everything has gone terrible nowadays. I don't understand who did this, who's responsible. I would like to know who is responsible for this, because I would like to speak with them. I have a few words to say to you. This has always been a thing. There's always been like delusional people who sell their cars for an absolutely outrageous price. Mint condition, never used, garage kept, no low ballers. I know what I got. And you look at it and it's like the most garbage car in existence. It's like, what is this? Or even the cars that are good, you find like a really good deal on a car. It's like, oh my gosh, I found it. This is the one. I found the car that I want. So, damn it, he's back again. If I don't move, he'll go away. But then there's always that one thing the seller just didn't tell you about with that special car that you found, like a hidden issue or hidden body damage that you then have to spend even more money to fix. Like my car, I got a really good deal on it. I got it for about like $5 grand. So I didn't have to use my entire $10,000 budget, thankfully. But you know, when I was looking for a new car, trying to find something better, something more reliable, something that I can like pimp out, you know, pimp my ride, it was way more difficult than what it should have been. I mean, it's always gonna be like that. It's always gonna be a while before you find like that car that you want. But I'm noticing a trend now to how a lot more people, at least a lot more people my age, you know, how it was, you know, you turn 16, you turn 18, and then boom, you get your first car. But now I'm seeing people like in their 20s, full grown adults, and they still can't drive. Now there could be multiple reasons for that. It's like maybe they have a license but their car's just in the shop right now, or they're in the process of buying a new one. Okay, that's fine. But I'm talking about people just straight up refusing to drive. You're 20 years old and you still don't have your license. Like, why is that? Now if you live in like a city, like a populated city like New York or something, for example, then yeah, okay, I get that, because you don't need a car in New York necessarily, because you can just walk everywhere. Everything's like super close by. But in my state where I live in Florida, if you don't have a car, you're basically screwed. The public transport infrastructure is like, it's okay, it's decent, but it's not really something you'd want to use. Like, you want your own car, basically. It's not like everything is walking distance. Everything is far apart. Now, of course, with everything, if you're rich, then this isn't a problem for you, because, you know, rich people just bypass all of it. Guys, money doesn't buy you happiness, guys. What are you talking about? It seems to be a trend with everything. It's like, if I just have more money, if only I just have all this money, then my problems just vanish. I think they're hiding something from us, guys. They're hiding something. But, you know, obviously a lot of us aren't made of money. We don't have all this money. So what do? You look for a job. You try to get a job. But the jobs that are available, or the job that you do eventually get, it's not within walking distance. You can't just walk over there to your job. So what do? You realize you need a car. But wait, you can't buy a car because you don't have a job to make money, so that then you can work towards buying the car. But then getting a job would mean that you need a car, but you don't have. It's a whole cycle. It's a whole cycle. I think that's why a lot of people now just don't drive. They just don't have a car, because a lot of people just can't afford it, especially with auto insurance. Auto insurance, especially for us young people, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's unreasonably high and expensive for no reason, but it's very stupid. Because you see, when I first got my car, my 2009 Versa, my extremely slow car that used to shake whenever going past 70 miles an hour, they wanted $360 something just to get it insured off the lot at the DMV, so that I can drive it on the road before looking for different insurance. Like, what are you? Wait, why? Because for me, oh my gosh, how dare you, Noth? How dare you be born as a guy? You're a teenage boy. When you were a teenager, you were a teenage boy getting your first car. Oh, how dare you? How dare you not be older? What? You were 18 getting your first car, and you needed insurance because it's legally required in your state? How dare you be young? What? You should have been born sooner, you freaking idiot. What? You're so stupid for that. Oh my gosh, we're gonna gonna charge you $5 trillion for insurance. It's so stupid. I don't get it. Even still now, 2 years later, I have a different car and my insurance is still like over $200 a month. And it's not like, oh my gosh, you just drive recklessly. No, I have a clean record. No car accidents, no tickets, like no like deductions, no points on my license, nothing. I have a perfectly clean record. Yet someone who's older than me, you know, someone who's like 25 or 30, they get much cheaper rates. Even though I have the same insurance record. I have a clean record. But no, because I'm young, I have to pay more. At this point, it's like, what am I paying for? Because, you know, a lot of people that do get into car accidents, the insurance just doesn't pay for it anyways. It's like I'm paying all this money for auto insurance. It's like if I do eventually get into an accident, they're gonna try their damn best to do all about it. It's like they don't want to do the job I specifically pay them to do. So at this point, it's like, why even pay for it? Well, because it's legally required. It's like if a cop rolls up behind me and they see that my car's not insured, whoops, sorry, you're going to jail now. How dare you not pay the insurance company? And I understand why that policy is in place, so that one party doesn't get screwed over by someone else's reckless decision. But since insurance companies really don't like helping you in these situations anyway, you're pretty much better off just without it. But since it's legally required now, you don't really have a choice whether you like it or not. How dare you drive without insurance? What? No, you can't do that. Hold on, what states like don't require insurance? All right, I'm moving there. If I have any viewers that live in these states, watch out, I'm coming over. Even though it's way harder to get a car now, like I said earlier, it just takes time. You gotta just look. You gotta keep on looking everywhere. You just gotta keep looking on a bunch of different sites, like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. Even though I know Facebook Marketplace has their own, you know, there's a whole ordeal on Marketplace. You know, it's still possible. I was able to do it. I was able to find my car. A bunch of other people are like still able to find cars. It's still very possible. It's just a lot more difficult now because, you know, you gotta find that dime in a dozen, like the needle in the haystack. You'll find that one, because once you find that one, then you're good for a while. Like, you don't need to look for another car for at least a good while, especially if you take care of your car. Like, the things are gonna last you years. Like, it just takes time. Like, you'll find it eventually. But it's still very dumb how everyone, especially companies, just charge so much just to own a car now.